Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tea Time, episode 8 or something like that. I'm drinking kava tea, and it has something else in it, which is like cinnamon, but it's not cinnamon. I checked the ingredients a long time ago, and I remember it not being cinnamon, but I don't remember the replacement. In any case, it's kava stress relief tea, and it's made by Yogi, and I think it's quite delicious. But you do have to be careful not to let it steep too long because it's quite strong in flavor, and like the cinnamony flavor gets to me if there's too much of it. So I usually only let it steep really for a short amount of time, and it's still quite nice. On to things. So what is this channel? First of all, now that we have a new channel, it's youtube.com/JaKaTaKsc2. And that's for two reasons. The first reason is because I've made everything JaKaTaKsc2. Reddit, Team Liquid, Twitter, Facebook, everything. Everything that you could think of, Patreon/JaKaTaKsc2, everything is JaKaTaKsc2. Gmail as well, JaKaTaKsc2@gmail.com for sending me replays and sending me hate mail and fan mail and mail, things like that. So yeah, that's reason number one. Reason number two is I wanted to start a new YouTube channel because the old channel was sort of my first attempt at getting into making content for Starcraft and seeing what I had to contribute to Starcraft in general. And I feel like I have a good handle on what that is now. And I also wanted to get out of the TGN contract thing, and I didn't want to go through all the legal ramifications of doing that, so I said I'll just leave that channel to rot and do what it does. Some people watch the videos, and that's great, and I can make my $2 extra a month. And aside from that, whatever. I'm not really worried about it. It also gives me a chance to reset what I want to do with this channel, which is be myself. I am not only a Starcraft player, I do a lot of other things, and despite the fact that it says JaKaTaKsc2, I will be doing other things on this channel, so prepare yourself. I know, or rather I think that there's going to be some backlash about this. I do poetry, I do music, I write my own songs, I do cover songs, and I play a lot of different games, not just Starcraft, chess. I want to learn how to play Go. I want to learn a lot of things, but basically this channel is going to just be about me. It's me doing what I do, and if you like that and you like interacting with me in the chat, not in the chat, in the comment section, and hanging out, and we can have discussions and stuff like that, that'll be cool. And if you're looking for just pure StarCraft 2 content, go to youtube.com/tutorialcentralsc2. I spend a lot of time trying to condense that information in each video and keeping it clear and concise and getting you, to the information you need and on with the rest of your day as quickly as possible. So yeah, that's what the channel is going to be. I'm going to be putting up new poetry and music and games and other types of things soon. And it's going to be largely unedited stuff. I spend most of my time, somewhere around 8 to 10 hours a day, working on Tutorial Central stuff, so it leaves very little time for this channel. But as a result, this channel becomes sort of me just being me and not editing out anything and working on my public speaking. So not sitting and bleh and blah and things like that. However entertaining they might be. I am moving. As you can see, everything behind me is a general mess. That is because I'm moving back to Rhode Island, and that changes things for the Patreon, which I want to talk about very briefly. So if you want to support me doing what I do, you can go to patreon.com/JaKaTaKsc2, just like everything else, and contribute any amount per month. You're just like, I'm gonna give you Jack, I'm gonna give you $1 a month because I like what you're doing and I want you to keep doing it. And that's all that is. We have a bunch of reward type things where it's like, okay, if you are contributing $100 a month, I'm gonna be your personal hotkey guru, and I will create a special hotkey layout just for you that is super efficient and awesome, and I'll coach you through how to learn it, and I'll have this whole thing, and that's what I'll do, and things like that. So you can check it out. Yeah, there's the so got to get rid of it. And I'm going to restructure it a bit because before it was sort of a lot of it was focused around a lot of the goals were focused around, okay, I want to get back to Rhode Island, I want to get back to my family so I can be sane and create better content, be happier and things like that. But now that's changed, and I'll be changing that up pretty soon, so keep an eye out about different milestones and things that I want to do overall. Long term, I'm trying to make the Sandbox into a professional Starcraft 2 team, but I don't foresee that happening in the next year. Probably, if everything goes the way I want it to, maybe in 2 years that might be able to happen. Yeah, so going forward, let's talk StarCraft 2. Number one, the staircase videos are coming. They will be on Tutorial Central SC2, and they will be towards the end of the month. I am moving at the end of the month, so what I'm trying to do is bank up lots of videos, so that way you are all entertained and feeling happy on Tutorial Central SC2 and getting the release while I'm doing stuff like shipping my stuff and moving and getting settled in, getting the internet set up, getting my computer set up, all that stuff. So I'll have it all on timed release, so it'll be releasing, and that's great, and I'll work it out with Simpatico, so everything is coming out on sedojo.com, which is awesome. I'm so excited for sedojo.com. Lots of cool stuff coming up in the future, maybe even my own page for the core, which would be very nice. Have a guided download section, things like that would be cool. The cheese case is new, and hopefully the videos will come out. The first 4 videos will come out at the end of the month / the beginning of next month, kind of a thing. Same deal. I'm trying to bank those videos up so that way they can be released while I'm moving, and that way I can devote all my time to getting settled in and all that kind of stuff as quickly as possible. The core is mostly headed by BW right now. If you don't know who BW is, he is a nut. Basically, any changes to the core in the past year, he's come up with 80% of them. It's ridiculous. We're also going to be releasing the Core Plus, which is going to do some weird stuff with the keyboard. We're like making Control Shift and Shift Windows / list button if you're a right-handed user, and manipulating it around so we can make some really cool stuff happen. Not going to get too much into it, but the Core Plus is coming. So we'll have like 3 different levels, like the Core Lite for people who are like, yeah, I want more efficient hotkeys. I don't want to do all the work to get it started up myself, but I also don't want to use the other side of the keyboard. The Core Lite is for you. Then we have the Core, which is the main thing for most people. We think it's most efficient. We teach it to most people. And we'll have the Core Plus, which is like the fringe edge of hotkeys, where we're going to do really weird stuff that we would never do in the core. There's some things in the core that we've neglected to do because we were just like, okay, I mean, the core is crazy, but this is too crazy. This is too far. A lot of those ideas, there's my Rhode Island coming out. A lot of those ideas are BW's ideas, and we're just like, okay, just maybe we can relax on that particular change. But the Core Plus is coming as well. And then we have the Sandbox. The Sandbox, if you don't know it already, is a training simulation. I don't know, a virtual training house kind of a thing. We have about 60 players right now, and the concept is we're trying to collect all of the StarCraft players, whether you're bronze or whether you're grandmasters or whether you're Starnon or whether you're, whoever you are. We're trying to get all the players together to work on their problems in focused areas with deliberate practice. So instead of just queuing up on ladder, and you have a problem with swarm host, but you queue up on ladder and you just keep losing to swarm host and you don't know how to deal with it, you get into a game with a player who likes to play swarm host and you just drill with them and you talk to them, you talk to your other, Protoss friends, you say, hey, all right, can you watch this? We're going to fight. Tell me where I go wrong. Is it the engagement? Is it my unit composition? What's going on here? And just sort of creating a nice little community where everyone's being positive about the game and looking for solutions to problems and specifically focusing on them and practicing them instead of balance whining and complaining and being negative and just losing over and over again on the ladder and not doing anything about it and things like that. Robert Yip is the main head of that. He's a performance psychologist and professional strength and conditioning coach for athletes in Ireland. We also have Brendan Bailey, who is a cognitive science doctoral student in the field of attention and multitasking, which is pretty cool. We also have Neuro. If you haven't checked out Neuro's stream, I highly, ridiculously highly suggest it. It is twitch.tv/NeuroStarcraft, and it is insane. Very theatrical and very, very wise. Like the wisdom just seeps out of the screen and into your brain if you're open to it. But if you show up there with a closed off mind and you're just like, oh well, I'm gonna do the serious stuff, and you roll in and he's quoting like Sun Tzu and stuff like that, and you're like, why is he making a weird voice? This is dumb, and you leave, you just totally missed out on this ridiculous opportunity to learn so much about mentality. He was a professional poker player for a while in Vancouver, like ridiculously smart dude. So you should definitely go check out his stream and learn some stuff especially about mentality. And yeah, and we have the replay analysis in the Sandbox as well. David is the main person for that. I'm going to mispronounce the name. Probably it's Gowerly or Gowerly. I think it's Gowerly. David Gowerly. Anyway, he is a phenomenal asset to the team, adding in support and all kinds of stuff like that. He makes Starcraft, which is this phenomenal replay analysis machine. It'll even analyze build orders and things like that, so you can find out what strategies you're losing to, what strategies you're winning with, you're losing with, etc., and cool stuff like that. So Staircase, the Cheese Case, the Core, and the Sandbox. We're getting new graphics for that. Looking cool. They'll be released on the Facebook and stuff like that, so check them out. And that's about it. This is kind of a long one. Usually I'm just going to pick a topic on a tea time and talk about it, but since we had a lot to talk about today, here it is. I don't think I said the word too many times. And if there's someone out there who wants to track my public speaking progress and count how many times I say something like in a video, we could keep tabs on that, and that would be cool. But that's not something I can manage. So if you're particularly motivated and want to help me out, feel free. It looks like we're doing mostly unedited. I said something which I realized I'm not supposed to say yet, so keeping that under wraps for the time being, keeping everything where it's supposed to be. Look forward to that. Secret stuff incoming. Talk to you later.